First semi-final brought together third qualifying Subiaco and fourth qualifying South Fremantle. The home ground advantage was with Subiaco at Medibank Stadium, and given the cutthroat nature of a first semi-final, no backward step was going to be taken by either side. The game got off, as you would expect, to a pretty frenetic start, but Subiaco certainly took the most of their opportunities and, in a way, left South Fremantle lamenting in their wake. Alistair Pickett was instrumental in the first couple of moves forward by Subiaco, a good goal by youngster Brad Stevens, and Subiaco certainly had the momentum early in the piece. South Fremantle, after their big and necessary win last week against East Fremantle, looked a little bit flat-footed and lethargic. A good combination there of Kerr and Hughes, combining with the brilliance of Cocky, sees a goal through for Subiaco, and really South Fremantle were on the back foot. They managed to kick 2 goals too in the first quarter, South, but it was really Subiaco dominating and making the most of their opportunities up forward, as you can see. They kicked 8 goals straight, Subiaco, in that first quarter, and led by 34 points at the first change. Toby McGrath decided to take matters into his own hands in the second quarter, kicked a long goal, and South Fremantle started to look a lot better. In fact, they won the quarter by 14 points. Ashton Hams, who was released by the West Coast Eagles, was able to take his place for South Fremantle and certainly made his impression felt, kicking a long goal there and giving South Fremantle something to really enthuse about, as did this remarkable goal by veteran Paul Hazlewood. Perhaps playing his last game of senior football, he threaded through a terrific goal, and South were only 20 points down at half-time and looked as though they were going to make a game of it. But enter Alistair Pickett, his brilliance and the general consistency of the Subiaco lineup. They stretched their lead from 20 points at half-time to 54 points at three-quarter time. The game was done and won, but Subiaco weren't, despite South Fremantle continuing on to give their best through Corey DeLolio. It was really Subiaco, wouldn't be denied. They have a tremendous hunger for finals football. Des Headland was quite outstanding, running the game out remarkably, taking a couple of bounces, getting himself to just on the 50 and going long for goal. It was typical of Subiaco's day. They were not going to be denied, and they ran out remarkable winners in the end. A game that was expected to be close wasn't. Subiaco leading by 34 points at quarter time, 20 at the half, by 54 points at three-quarter time, and stretching that margin to 85 points at the end of the game. 24 goals, 18, you can see there, to South Fremantle's 12-5. So next week we go to Arena Joondalup, the preliminary final. The losers of today's second semi-final, West Perth, opposed to the winners of today's first semi-final, Subiaco. Preliminary final at Arena Joondalup, and we'll be live on air from 2 p.m.